The team's also raising money. They have a goal of raising $1,000. And if you want to help out, you can always go and check this out on the women's basketball page at OttawaBraves.com. But also, you can go to support.KYOW.com/OttawaBB, and you can donate that way. But hopefully, as I bring Chris Hansen in, the Braves will not donate and lose to the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes this afternoon. The Braves need to be a little selfish and pick up their third straight win.
That is the question here. Ottawa University's coming in after a loss to Kansas Wesleyan University in the previous matchup. They were on the road, obviously. 72-55 was the final score, and Ottawa didn't look in it. 18 turnovers, and that's been the story of most of Ottawa University's losses. So how are they going to protect the basketball tonight against a really tough Kansas Wesleyan University team? That's the question they've got to answer, and they've got to figure out some way to do that.
I think besides that, protecting it, also playing some defense, they allowed the Coyotes in the game back on December 7th to shoot over 50%. You can't have that here this afternoon if you want to come away with that win. You are going to have to play some real solid defense.
And it was something that Ottawa really struggled with in their previous game, too, allowing some really quality shots. And it was kind of odd, uncharacteristic. Ottawa tends to be a really good defensive team. They did struggle in this game against Kansas Wesleyan, but Coach Tarnisha Scott, she's great at making those adjustments. They're so effective out of the timeout. And I think that one of the biggest things for this game is going to be rebounding the basketball. Nicole Brown cannot get in foul trouble. Such a stronghold in this team, such an important part. And when she's in foul trouble, that's less time on the court. Feels like when Ottawa has her out of foul trouble, I mean, she can just go to work. She's getting points. She's making plays both defensively and offensively, and that'll set you up for some success.
We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups for you. Also give you a rundown of the action in the KCAC this afternoon and evening. So a lot in store for you. We appreciate you joining us, whether it's on 1220 or 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, or OttawaBraves.com. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back. There's an awkward dismount just for you right out of the box, buddy. I set you up for it.
Yeah, you should have heard me say you're listening to women's soccer on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO when we're doing women's basketball. First game, I did it several times.
It happens.
I think like twice in the women's and then once in the men. And I haven't done that after that game, but it's like I did it 3 times that day. It's like you think I would have learned.
Yeah. Nice.
Sweet. What about softball? They're probably slaughtering them because they beat them 8-0.
Bob Johnson, Chris Hansen with you. We get ready for our doubleheader this afternoon. We have the women's that match up first. It'll be the 14-9, 10-7 in KCAC conference play. Ottawa University Braves taking on the 15-8, 13-4 in conference play, Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes. And let's get you your starting lineups. And We will start first with the visiting Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes, as we just got those starters here not too long ago, so off the presses. And we will start out with a 5'4" junior guard from Shawnee Mission, Kansas, Lamaya Ricks. A 5'7" sophomore guard from Lewisburg, Kansas, Megan Foote. A 5'7" sophomore guard from Buckland, Kansas, Catherine Bowman. A 6-foot senior forward from Rossville, Kansas, Kayla Hill. And a 5'8" sophomore guard from Grandview, Missouri, Angel Lee. Coyotes are coached by Ryan Showman. Assistant coaches Harper Sheets and Lauren Brown. Now let's get you your lineup for Ottawa University, as the players are getting ready to be introduced in front of the crowd here. For Ottawa, it'll be a 5'10" junior forward from Houston, Texas, Haley Henry. 5'6" sophomore guard from Price, Utah, Jordan Bianco. 5'5" senior guard from Powder Springs, Georgia, Cierra Brown. A 5'4" junior guard from San Antonio, Texas, Alyssa Guzman. And a 6'3" senior center from Madison, South Dakota, Nicole Brown. Braves are coached by Tarnisha Scott in her third season. Assistant coaches Hunter Bondurant and Monty Simpkins. So that's a look at your starters. As we mentioned, it is the breast cancer awareness game for the men and women. As Ottawa doing their part to bring awareness and also to raise money, as we mentioned in the open. And you can always go to OttawaBraves.com and look on the women's basketball page for more information. We will take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll be close to action. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, OttawaBraves.com, and KOFO.com. Back at Wilson Fieldhouse, we are ready for the jump. The Braves will be in the home white uniforms. Black numbers and letters outlined in yellow. Kansas Wesleyan in the road purple with the yellow letters, the white numbers, as we are ready. Braves from where we are going to go from right to left. If you're watching the video stream, it'll be left to right. And if you're as confused as I am, hey, we are all confused. Chris, you ready for this one?
It's going to be exciting.
Tip is controlled by Ottawa. Haley Henry will give that off to Guzman, who will get across the center stripe. She'll hand it off to Bianco on the right wing. Top of the arc, Henry. Henry dribbles, left side, spins into the paint, kicks it out to Brown. Brown needs some help behind her to Bianco. Now it'll be Guzman. 12 on the shot clock. Guzman at the left elbow, kicks it out right wing side. Sierra Brown, 3-ball, no. Rebound is long. It goes off of Haley Henry. It'll belong to to Kansas Wesleyan.
Though no points on the first possession there for Ottawa University, I think it's good to see that they're not forcing it down into the paint to Nicole Brown. Instead, taking a chance on the outside. Cierra Brown, good shooter.
The game against Kansas Wesleyan, you will have to make your offensive possessions count as the Coyotes get across the timeline. Work the ball near side. Bowman, who goes to the right elbow, pulls up a jumper. No. Nicole Brown on the board. She'll hand it off to Haley Henry. She races across the center stripe, dribbles into the lane, goes in awkwardly. They're going to call a blocking foul. That one could have possibly gone either way, Chris, but the Braves will get the benefit of the doubt.
And I think it's lucky there, but kind of a nice foul to get it against Bowman, one player who was really effective against Ottawa at Kansas Wesleyan.
Haley Henry's first free throw is no good, so we remain scoreless. Henry 71% from the charity stripe. She will hit the second, and it's 1-0 Ottawa. 9:08 to play, first quarter. And the Coyotes looking to inbound, facing some stiff pressure from the Braves. Now double teamed onto the far side is Bowman. She gets rid of it, gives it off to Ricks. Ricks at the charity stripe, sends a pass back behind her, now around to the near wing. Gotta go cross court to the far side. Three ball up away, short by Ricks. Henry on the board, tries to send it forward to Bianco. It's tipped and intercepted by Foote. Coyotes looking for their first lead of the afternoon as the pass will go deep left wing. Now up outside the arc near the left elbow. Three-pointer is good by Bowman. It's 3-1 Coyotes.
And already Kansas Wesleyan doing exactly what they did in their previous game. Ottawa, they've got to figure out how to slow them down.
Guzman will work it around to Henry, far side onto the dribble, sends it to Nicole Brown, top of the arc, over to Cierra Brown near side. Left elbow jumper. Off the rim, off the glass, it will not fall. Rebound. Coyotes, Ricks with it on the dribble, sends a pass to the right side. Now it comes near side again, deeper, back to the top of the arc. Three-pointer away is short by Bowman. Rebound is Ricks. Goes inside, now it's kicked out left wing. Three ball up, away, bang. Foote hits it. 6-1 Coyotes, 7:45 to play first quarter.
And credit to the Coyotes, how well they're finding players open for the three. I mean, already three wide open ones. Unfortunate for the Braves, two of them made.
Haley Henry from the free throw line. Shot is off the back iron. Board Coyotes. Ricks up the court quickly. Dribbles to her left side, will hand it off. Lee feeds it inside. Jumper is up, will not fall for Hill. Comes back out near side. And it looked like that might have been Foote who put it up and in, but it's 8-1 Coyotes, 7:09 to play first quarter. Cierra Brown up the court. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line for two. So two team fouls on the Coyotes. That one will go against Lee. It's her first. Almost 2 minutes into the game, Chris, and the Coyotes on an 8-1 run. The Braves need to find some momentum.
And it's going to, I think one way to start is from the free throw line. Cierra Brown, one of the best free throw shooters on this team. I believe she's only missed 4 free throws in Wilson Fieldhouse all year, which is quite impressive. And right now she's shooting 2.
76% on the season is Cierra Brown. Brown from Powder Springs, Georgia, by way of Lane College, hits her first free throw and makes it 8-2 Coyotes. Brown on the year has really helped to lead the team and run the offense as she hits her second free throw. Makes it 8-3, the lead down to 5.
Ottawa now is checking in a couple of good shooters here. Hopefully be able to get going from the three-point line.
So the Coyotes race up the court as they beat the Braves defense. Ricks dribbles into the lane, kicks it out left wing side. Foote with it. Foote will hand it off, driving left side of the blocks. Now to the right elbow, a pass will go. Shot is up, will not fall for Lee. Braves quickly up the court. Maria Moore with it, deep left wing. Out it goes. Alatini. And she'll get rid of it, get it right back. Moore now with it left side. Thought about a three, pulls it down. She'll bring it with a pass to the top of the arc for Ottawa, and Hendricks Hendricks dribbled to the left elbow, put up the shot, it missed. Goes out of play, it'll belong to the Coyotes. 6.5 to play, first period. 8-3 Coyotes. Braves again with a lot of pressure defensively, but the Coyotes able to beat it. 19 on the shot clock. They'll feed it inside to Hill. Hill from the right side of the paint. Can't get it to fall. Nicole Brown has the ball stripped from her. Stripped from Coyotes. Stripped from the Braves. Three-pointer away near the top of the arc. Will not fall for Foot. Rebound is Ricks, and she'll airmail a pass like a Chinese balloon floating through the air out of bounds.
Braves very fortunate to not surrender any points there. They've got to have more awareness when they come down with the ball, as Nicole Brown had the rebound and got taken away almost instantly.
So the Braves will inbound far side, and that'll come to Hendricks. Hendricks across the logo at center court. She'll give it off to Johnson. Johnson, free throw line, sends a pass to her right side. Nicole Brown into the lane, and she'll shovel it up with her left hand. It'll fall. 8-5, Coyotes lead is down to 3. 5:40 to play. Coyotes up the court quickly. Hill sends it near wing. Lee will dribble it and send it over to the far wing. Ricks back to Lee. Lee with the floater, can't get it to fall. Nicole Brown on the board, got rid of it. Came loose from Johnson. Brown there to pick up the garbage. She'll give it off to Hendricks. Hendricks with the bounce pass to Alatini inside to Brown. Brown will put it up and in, and the Braves are within one. 8-7. Coyotes in front, 5:08 to play in the first period. And a timeout called by Kansas Wesleyan. 30-second one, we'll keep it right here. And Chris, a lot of fight by this women's basketball team to sit there and be down 8-1, but be back within one.
Ottawa University showing quite a bit of tenacity, and Nicole Brown just absolutely impressive in the paint, has already got back-to-back buckets just a few moments ago off the glass. One of the clearly the tallest player out there, so it's hard to be marked up against, and you kind of feel bad for anybody that has to deal with that task.
Yeah, Tylea Wallace, the 6'2 forward from Overland Park, Kansas. You know that she will be tasked with going against Nicole Brown, and that should be a fun battle to keep an eye on. Braves have held the Coyotes scoreless for the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds of the ball game, and the Braves are on a 6-0 run. So we'll see if this defense keeps it up as Ricks moves it across the center stripe. Pulls up the dribble near side, sends a pass deep wing to Hill. Out it goes. That's Stevens. Sends it back near side. They want to feed it inside. Can't. Now they will. Shot is up. Will not fall for Hill as it bounces off the rim. Braves up the court quickly. Johnson with a hook shot. Can't get it to fall. Rebound is Ottawa. Alatini for three. Left wing side. No. Rebound. Bowman for the Coyotes. Up the court quickly. The Coyotes with 4:30 to play, first period. 8-7. Kansas Wesleyan in front. Hill with it near side. Sends a cross-court pass. Now over to the deep wing, it's Stevens. Stevens left open for just a couple of seconds. Puts up a three. It'll be short. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. Johnson dribbles left side of the paint. Now kicks it back out. And Alatini with it top of the arc. Thought about the three, decided not to. Now it comes back. Johnson, three ball left side. Short. Rebound, Wallace. And she'll hand it off to Ricks. Ricks up the court. Pass near side. Bowman finds some space, dribbles, drives. No, kicks it back out. Hill, her shot well off the target. And how the play goes, it'll be Braves ball. So into the game is Angel Roman, the 5'5 guard sophomore for Kansas Wesleyan, along with Dejanay. It's easy for me to say, Dejanay Adams, 5'9 sophomore from Wichita. 10-9 Coyotes, 2:05 to play first quarter. Cierra Brown will give it off to Hendricks. Hendricks will move it back to Brown near side. Brown wanted to take it in, got shut down. Finds Alatini, who's going to travel. So a turnover there for Ottawa. That is their second.
Ottawa done a much better job protecting the basketball tonight as they usually do opening the games. It feels like they usually get really unfortunate with losing the basketball early and a lot of games to start in the first quarter. But today, only 2 turnovers, and I think that's a much better mark than what they're usual at.
Much better mark is correct as the Coyotes are working around near side to Adams. Adams, jumper from near the free throw line, off back iron. Cierra Brown on the board for Ottawa. Brown, jumper in front of the free throw line, hits it. 11-10 Braves. 1:09 left to go in the first quarter. Stevens with it, works it inside with a pass to Wallace. Wallace turnaround hook shot, yes. Impressive hook shot there by Wallace. 12-11 Coyotes, 54 seconds to play in the quarter.
Not much you can do there if you're Nicole Brown except tip your hat as Wallace just making a nice shot.
Alatini for three, no. Ball is loose, goes out of play. They're going to say it goes off of Ottawa. So it'll belong to the Coyotes. 42.4 to play. So the Coyotes will work it up the court. Roman across the OU logo with a skip pass. Finds Wallace into the paint. She puts up a shot and is fouled. And that'll be called on Nicole Brown, her first. The Braves first. And Wallace will go to the line. She'll shoot a pair of free throws. Braves are 0 of 4 out of their last 4 attempts from the floor as Wallace hits the first free throw and makes it a 2-point lead for Kansas Wesleyan, 13-11. Wallace has done a good job against Nicole Brown since she's come into the game, Chris.
Yeah, she has, and you know, one thing that Ottawa, or that's what Kansas Wesleyan needed, is suddenly the three ball not working super well as Ottawa guarding the perimeter much better, but Wallace up to the task against Nicole Brown.
14-11 Coyotes as Wallace hit the second free throw. 12 seconds to play in the quarter. Alatini inside to Brown, now left wing side. Guzman, jumper from about 15, count it, on the left wing side. And a half-court shot will miss by the Coyotes, so 1 quarter in the books. 14-13, it's the Coyotes in front of Ottawa. We'll take a 60-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. Braves themselves shot 33%. Both teams struggled at times, going long stretches without hitting a bucket.
And it was good to see Ottawa University be able to cool down Kansas Wesleyan as they started the game out with 2 quick three-pointers. And then suddenly, like you said, quieted them down quite a bit.
Roman near side will feed a pass, top of the arc. Back it comes back to Roman. She'll feed a pass. Wallace, right side of the paint. Won't fall. Rebound is loose. 2 Coyotes fight over it. Ball comes loose again. Wallace will get it to Adams, who will put it up and in. Right side of the hoop. It's 16-13 Kansas Wesleyan. Henry finds Brown. Bianco, Nicole Brown, Haley Henry, Bianco, Guzman on the deep right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Guzman needs some help, finds Haley with 3 on the shot clock. She's going to travel. Good defense there by the Coyotes to force a travel, and that's another turnover for Ottawa, number 4. Coyotes with it. Wallace. Roman. Back over to the far side. Stevens. Let's fly for 3. No. Rebound. Wallace. She'll miss her shot. Henry on the board for the Braves. Lost the dribble. Able to get it back. She needs some help. Almost traveled again, but was able to keep that pivot foot. Guzman, Bianco, top of the arc, dribbles, drives, hook shot off the glass. No, Brown is there. Nicole Brown with the deuce. And it's 16-15. Coyotes in front, Brown with 4.
That was a much-needed bucket for Ottawa University as it started to feel like Kansas Wesleyan coming out on fire in this quarter.
Roman misses for the Coyotes. Cierra Brown will take it coast to coast, lay it up and in from the right side of the blade of the paint there. The Braves back in front, 17-16. 8 minutes to play in the half. Outlet pass. Searching for Kaufman, goes out of play off of Cierra Brown. We'll see wholesale changes for the Coyotes. It's a line change.
And now it will be interesting to see if the Coyotes are going to try to set up more opportunities from outside the perimeter with Wallace being out.
Ricks is back in. Foot. Lee as the ball comes near side. Three-pointer up. Will not fall for Kaufman. It'll go out of play on the... Oh, no. They're going to call a foul. They're going to call that on Cierra Brown. That'll be the first team foul on Ottawa in the quarter. That'll be the first on Cierra Brown. Or did they call that on? No, they did not call that on Nicole Brown. She already had one, so never mind. There they had it. So the Coyotes will inbound. Lee sends it out left side. 3-ball, no for Bowman. Brown into the Braves half. At the free throw line, we'll send a pass, left wing. Guzman, inside it goes Nicole Brown. No look, what a pass!
And that is what Guzman has really developed this so far in this year in her game, is her passing. She has done plays like that now countless times, and that is what has gotten her back into the starting lineup this season.
19-16 Ottawa, 7:09 to play in the half. Almost a travel there on Kansas Wesleyan. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Ottawa as driving to the hole was Bowman. Foul will be on Cierra Brown, her second. Bowman with 3 points on the afternoon. And her first free throw is off the back iron. You do not want to give this Coyote team any extra opportunities. And she'll miss both free throws, so the Braves will catch a break.
Ottawa very lucky there to have both of those misses, but still, like you said, they've got to make sure that they're staying away from those fouls. They've done a good job so far. This is only their 3rd foul.
Pass inside to Nicole Brown. She lost the handle. It'll go out of play. And it's the Coyotes' ball. 6:47 to go in the half. 19-16 Ottawa. Braves being out rebounding the Coyotes 17-15, but especially on the defensive side where they have a 15-9 advantage. Foot. Ricks near side. Gets rid of it. Gets it right back. Now from the left elbow, a jumper. Rims out for Lee. Ball is loose. Guzman will grab it for Ottawa. She'll bring it across and try to set up the offense. Now dribbles and finds Brown inside the paint. And a foul will be called on Lee. As there was a collision underneath between Lee and Nicole Brown.
Nicole Brown was kind of holding her nose for a second right after the collision, but it looks like she's going to be okay.
Inbound will go to Nicole Brown. Alatini now with it. She'll let fly just inside the arc. Splash! 21-16, Ottawa with a 5-point lead. 6:08 to play in the half. Braves are picking up the defensive pressure. Coyotes will get away from it. Lee inside, it'll go to Hill. Foul is called. Count the buckets. That foul will be called on Alatini. That'll be the third team foul on Ottawa here in the second quarter. As Stephens and Foote will come back in for the Coyotes. Chris, what are we seeing different from the early part of this game from Ottawa University?
Well, like we've been saying, they're not allowing Kansas Wesleyan to have any open threes anymore. They're doing a much better job of staying marked on their man, and then now the question is how can they defend the paint? Because the last few they've had which I think is why we're seeing a few more fouls, is Kansas Wesleyan's working it into the paint a lot more than they were to start this game.
Free throw was good. Bianco for three from the left wing, deep, will not find the mark. Coyotes up the floor quickly. 21-19. Ottawa in front, pass comes near side. Now along the baseline, tries to dribble in, it'll come back out. Great ball movement by the Coyotes. At the free throw line, the jumper too hard, rebound controlled by Ricks. Feeds it underneath to Hill. Hill tried to pass it. Ball is tipped around, and it goes off of Ottawa out of play. It'll belong to the Coyotes. So Jayla Johnson back in and Hendricks back in for Ottawa. We'll also see Wallace come in for the Coyotes. Wallace will get the inbounds. Spins. It'll go to the left wing. Three ball away. No, will not fall for Bowman. Maria Moore for the Ottawa Braves up the courts. Top of the arc. Now feeds it in to Nicole Brown. Alatini left side. No. Rebound. Comes out long. Alatini chases it down. Great hustle there. Johnson. Hendricks. Now the Braves will reset. 10 on the shot clock. Alatini inside. They'll feed it to Brown. Brown with a nice bounce pass. We'll look for Jayla Johnson. She's fouled. She's going to the line for two.
Just a few moments ago, Alatini missing another three-pointer, kind of uncharacteristic. Usually a pretty solid shooter from behind the arc, but question is, when will she get her first?
Wallace will pick up that foul as the first free throw will fall for Johnson. Jayla Johnson, 78% from the charity stripe on the year. Has extended it to 29-19 Ottawa. She'll miss the second with 4.5 to play. Ricks up the court for Kansas Wesleyan. Sends a pass near side. Tried to get it inside to Wallace. Taken away by Nicole Brown. Hendricks. Moore, left wing. Three ball high. Arcing. Splash!
And you almost can just say it's going to go in before it even does. Every time Maria Moore gets it on this near side, she has been absolutely perfect almost all year from that spot.
25-19 Ottawa, under 4 to play in the first half. Ricks, top of the arc, lets fly for three. Splash for her. 25-22. Lead is down to 3, and a timeout called for. So we'll see what the time. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:45 to play first half. 25-22 Ottawa. You're listening to Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. I got to lay out and let Chris talk.
I think you're doing great.
You're sitting over here silent, man. I need to let you talk.
You know, I was telling Lars this. I was at the station earlier. In basketball, since I never played and I've not coached, I never know what to say.
3:45 left to go in the half. Bob Johnson, Chris Hansen making it up as we go along here, as we broadcast, whether it's online or over the airwaves. It'll be Braves ball coming out of the timeout. Nicole Brown will take the inbounds, feeds it quickly to Hendricks. Hendricks at the point of the arrowhead. Will feed it inside to Nicole Brown. Brown double team, tie up, possession arrow in favor of Ottawa.
And right there, I think that's just a little bit too ambitious from Nicole Brown. She's been an absolute force with 8 points so far, but a little unnecessary to try to drive it in towards the basket with two defenders right in front of her.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat a double team as Moore takes the inbounds, goes along the baseline, spins out from 8 foot, jumper, no. Off the iron, pulled down by the Coyotes. Here comes Ricks. Ricks wants it inside to Wallace, gets it. Wallace, double team, loses it. Knocked out of play by Hendricks. It'll stay with the Coyotes with 19 on the shot clock. Braves are working hard on kind of crashing on Wallace just like they're doing to Brown down at the other side. Inbound comes out top of the arc to Stevens. Stevens feeds it near side. Ricks. Back out it goes to Stevens between the circles. Now cross court, wide open, top of the arc. 4 on the shot clock. Comes near side. Ricks, three-pointer. Gets the kiss off the glass. As the Toyota horn sounds for the shot clock, we're tied at 25.
What an impressive possession there by Kansas Wesleyan. It was a banked three, but they still worth the same amount of points, but some way Kansas Wesleyan able to figure out how to get points on a nice defensive part from Ottawa.
Sometimes you got to open that account at the bank as Alatini lets fly for three. Splash! 28-25.
And earlier just said it was a matter of time before Alatini hits one of those. She had 3 attempts prior, and now Alatini 1 for 4.
2:20 to play in the half. Ricks kicks it out left side. Wallace, she's going to let fly for 3. A high arcing teardrop. Count it! And we're
Show
tied
some
again.
respect to Wallace.
Absolutely. Left wide open, and she hurt him badly. Tied at 28. Alatini for 3 again. No. Board pulled down by Kaufman. She's fouled. I believe that'll be on Alatini. And it is. That's number 4 on Ottawa. First on Alatini as Guzman will check back in for Hendricks. Sierra Brown will come back in for Ottawa. 28 apiece with 1:58 to go when these two teams met back in December, Chris, at the half. It was 39-30. So right now well below where they were back in December when it comes to the halftime. And a pass by Ricks does not find the target. She was expecting Hill to be in position on the right wing. Hill decided she was headed for the basket. And it's a turnover. That will be number 4 on the Coyotes. Braves with just 5 so far. On pace for 10 total if everything stays status quo, which is acceptable.
And that's one of the keys that we talked about in this game if Ottawa University would like to win. They've got to protect it.
Brown finds Moore for Ottawa, who will dribble to the free throw line. Now takes a step back. Jumper. No. Board controlled by Ricks. 90 seconds to play in the half. Ricks switches hand on the dribble. Sends a pass out to the near side. Now they'll feed it back in. Wallace takes on Nicole Brown. She gets the shot to fall. Wow! Hicks, like a scoop shovel, just took it, threw it in the air, and watched it go in as she's fouled. Coyotes back in front by 2, 30-28.
And Wallace has not played a lot of minutes necessarily for Kansas Wesleyan, but already with 11 points, she has been absolutely excellent.
2 for 2 from the free throw line as she'll complete the three-point play. And the lead is 3, 31-28. 1:19 to play in the half. Guzman Finds Cierra Brown left side. Brown on the dribble. Finds some space. Kicks it out deep left wing. 3 ball. It's blocked by Johnson. Here come the Coyotes. 66 seconds left in the half. Ricks dribbles. Drives. Foul. That'll be the 15th foul on Ottawa. That foul will be called on Johnson, her first.
Jayla Johnson trying to do what happened to her on the other end there. She got blocked on her shot, but they're a little bit aggressive.
Jordan Bianco will come back in for Ottawa. As Ricks will go to the line, she'll shoot a pair. 6 points tonight for Ricks. 5'4" junior guard. Hits the first free throw, makes it 32-28. Largest lead for the Coyotes since the early part of the first quarter when they had a 8-1 lead. Second one by Ricks, tickles the twine, and it is 33-28. 61 ticks on the clock to play.
Suddenly, maybe we should have crossed our fingers talking about the halftime score as suddenly the Coyotes really getting going.
Cierra Brown will be fouled. Right side of the blocks. That'll be on Bowman. So 49 left to play. 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get the shot that you want. Braves would need to pick up some momentum, though, as they haven't scored in the last minute 44. Nicole Brown gets the inbounds, lays it up, can't get it to fall. Wallace on the rebound. Ricks dribbles near side, wants to feed it in, can't, sends it to her left side and foot. They'll work it around the perimeter. Ricks with it on the left wing, back out it comes to Roman. Roman with 10 on the shot clock, wants it in, gets it to Wallace, back out Ricks, three-pointer, no, too hard. Ricks gets her own rebound, she'll lay it up, count the bucket with 15 on the clock. 35-28. Braves with 8 on the clock, Cierra Brown with the floater, she's fouled, count it! Big bucket there for Ottawa as time beginning to expire in the half. Foul is called on foot. That'll be number 4 on the Coyotes.
And what a way to respond there for Ottawa University is they needed a bucket going to the half, kind of boost the confidence, but right there, Cierra Brown, the one to do it.
She'll go to the line. She'll try to complete the three-point play. She is a 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She'll hit it. Brings the Braves within 4, 35-31 with 6.6 to go in the half. Coach Scott yelling out instructions for the defense here in the final 6.6. Braves looking to keep everyone as covered as possible and maybe keep the Coyotes from getting one more shot in. Ricks up the court quickly. Racing up to the near side, needs some help. Throws up a shot at the buzzer, and it is off target. And that'll end the first half of play. But what an interesting first half we've had here at Wilson Fieldhouse. Coyotes 35, Braves 31. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. We'll take a look at your first half stats when we come back. But first, there's 2 minutes of a break we want to bring to you. You're listening to us live on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com.
This dude with the black sweatshirt on over here, he is so athletic. He was a beast. Luckily, he got in foul trouble like the entire game, which is why Ottawa was
Kansas Wesleyan. It'll be Coyotes ball coming out, as the Coyotes will move from right to left from where we're sitting, or left to right on the video stream. It'll be Ricks directing traffic, and will dribble over to the far side. Feeds it top of the arc. Now around the Coyotes will move it to the near side. Back out. Top of the key. Bowman. Now inside it goes. And they'll find Lee. She's fouled. Count the basket. Incredible ball movement there by the Coyotes, as they had Ottawa tied up. And the foul will be called on Guzman, the first in this third quarter.
And right there, I think you can also see how well Kansas Wesleyan fans travel, as right as they got that and one, almost the whole field house erupted there.
38-31 as the three-point play is completed. Coyotes in front. Guzman will move it across the time stripe near side. Bounce pass to Bianco. Bianco looks for help, finds it in Henry. Now underneath it goes to Nicole Brown. Gets the hook from the left side of the glass. A little kiss off the glass into the hoop. And it's 38-33.
And that's a good response there by Ottawa University. They need to set the tone early offensively and let Kansas Wesleyan know they're not going to go sit down and easily.
Ricks will hand it off to Foot. Now again working around the perimeter. Hill with it. Cross court it goes. Ricks dribbles. Left side of the blocks. Hill into the paint. She'll go. Put up the jumper. It will not fall. Cierra Brown on the board. Brown wanting to go coast to coast. Decides to pull back out. Feeds it top of the arc. Guzman now left wing. Haley Henry. She'll dribble along the baseline. Goes to put up a jumper on the left side of the block. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for two. Henry 1 of 2 tonight from the free throw line. 1 point in her account so far. Also an assist and a steal. No, they're going to say it was not in the act of shooting, so it was on the floor. First team foul on the Coyotes. It'll be Braves ball to inbound. Inside it goes to Nicole Brown. Double team. Tried to send a pass to Bianco. Taken away by Bowman. She'll go coast to coast. Lay it up and in. 40-33 Coyotes. 8:25 to play, third quarter. That was the 6th turnover in the ball game for Ottawa. Brown will send a pass to Bianco near side. Bianco wants it in and gets it to Nicole Brown. Brown will send it left side. Henry, jumper is short from the left elbow. Rebound controlled by the Coyotes. It's Ricks from the right side of the blocks. Hits the side of the backboard. Bianco will take it for Ottawa. And we'll have a timeout called for by Ottawa. 7:49 to play, third quarter. 40-33 Kansas Wesleyan. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. Kid. 7:09 left to play, third quarter. Braves out of the timeout with possession. 40-33. It is the Coyotes. Henry, right side. She's fouled. They'll call that one on Foot. Foot with her arms in the air, questioning it. But it'll be a blocking foul. Henry goes to the line this time for real.
And I think that this game right here could definitely come down to free throws. Ottawa University, they were 5 for 7 in the first half, shooting about 71%. They tend to shoot really well, not only as a team, but especially in Wilson Fieldhouse. Henry, who's up right now, 1 for 2.
Stevens is checked in for the Coyotes as Henry will hit the first, 40-34, Coyotes. Henry's second free throw coming up. The Houston, Texas native will leave it short off the rim. Ricks for the Coyotes. Far side, double teamed. Will get rid of it to Lee. Lee back to Ricks. Let's fly. Three-pointer short. Rebound long. Lee will control it for the Coyotes. Sends it back over to the right side. Stevens. Stevens tried to dribble in and decided not to. She goes outside the arc. Puts up the three. Count it! 43-34 Coyotes. Decided to make the three-pointer. Not a problem there. 7:10 to play in the third quarter. Brown left side of the paint. Tries to put up the shot. It's partially blocked. Here come the Coyotes. Ricks, Stevens between the circles. Stevens on the dribble over to the far side. Now back to the top of the arc. The pass will go to Hill. Back out to Stevens behind her. Over to Ricks on the right wing. Dribbles, drives, shot is blocked. Ball is loose. Picked up by Kansas Wesleyan and Hill. Her shot won't fall. Ball is loose. And a foul on the loose ball. They're going to call that on Nicole Brown. That is her third, I do believe.
And right there, it kind of felt pretty purposeful by Nicole Brown extending the arm. Looked a little bit surprised, though, when she got the foul.
They all do. Coyotes will inbound it. Stevens top of the arc. 19 on the shot clock. Ricks back out. Stevens, three-pointer, left wide open, rims out. Cierra Brown quickly with the outlet to Guzman. Guzman dribbles, drives, wants to put it up. She's fouled. She's going to the line for two.
Ottawa, they got to reel themselves back into this game right now, down by 9. Kind of letting things get out of hand to start this second half.
Do you think maybe they need to slow it down a little bit and quit and not be playing the fast pace, work, find their shot, and allow the defense to do its job, or keep this pace going?
You know, I think it really depends on what players are in for Ottawa University, and I think right now they should be slowing some things down. If you find Hendricks and Johnson in there, that's a lot of speed, and I think that they have the ability to do that, as we've seen players such as like Hendricks be able to make those really quick runs down the court and find those quick, energizing plays. But right now, Ottawa University, the players that are out there, I think, really do well when they can find some quality shots.
Both free throws hit by Guzman. We'll have a charge call on the Coyotes. That'll be on Bowman. Fourth team foul on Kansas Wesleyan, and Guzman is down hard, and she is shaken up as Jen Rayburn coming out to check on Alyssa Guzman. 43-36, Coyotes in front, 6:15 to play in the quarter. And Guzman looked like she took a shoulder right into the solar plexus. Knocked the wind out of her. Roman will come in for the Coyotes. Alatini has come in for Ottawa. Coyotes are 1 for 5 in their last 5 attempts down the floor. As the Braves' defensive pressure picking up, now the offense trying to make up some of this deficit. Bianco with it, sends it near side. Hendricks dribbles into the lane and off her foot, ball's loose, picked up. Here comes the Coyotes. Oh, what a nice sidestep there by Roman. Well, she'll lay it up and in. 45-36, the lead is 9. With 5:40 to play. That was a nice move there by Roman, Chris.
And it's something that we've not really seen from either team so far, but Roman there to make the play, and so far the energy all swinging to the Coyotes' way.
Hendricks misses the shot. Coyotes up the court quickly. They'll feed it in. We're going to call an offensive foul on Wallace, who shoved Henry to the ground. That'll be number 5 on the Coyotes, I do believe. That'll be number 2 on Wallace. And that's going to be a key right there, is to get her into some foul trouble. If you're Ottawa, you got to try to get a little bit of a size advantage out there if you can, as the Braves will inbound. Hendricks up the court. We'll get it to Henry at the right elbow. Henry spins on Wallace. Fadeaway jumper gets it to fall.
And how about that move by Haley Henry?
45-38. What a move there. Decided not to take it in on Wallace and pulled back to hit the J. Stevens for the Coyotes. And they'll work it around over to the far side. Roman for three. Left open. Splash! Lead is 10, 48-38. 4:35 to play, third quarter.
And I believe that is the largest lead of this game right now.
Cierra Brown for Ottawa with it. Kicks it out near side, Hendricks. Hendricks on the dribble. She'll let fly for three. No, off the front rim. Ball is loose. Roman will pick it up, throw it off of Cierra Brown, and with a nice heady move there by Roman, it'll stay with the Coyotes as Maria Moore will come in for the Braves.
I feel like maybe Maria Moore could be what the Braves need to get things back under control. Very solid three-point shooter for Ottawa, very streaky. And right now, Ottawa, they've not hit a lot of threes this game.
Roman with a bounce pass to Adams. Roman back with it at the tip of the arrowhead. Will find Lee near the free throw line. She will step her way into the paint. Puts up a shot. It won't fall, but she's fouled. I believe that'll be on Alatini. And it is. That'll be number 3 on Alatini. Number 3 on Ottawa in the quarter with an even 4 minutes to play. Lee, 3 points tonight. 1 of 4 from the floor. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. A couple of boards and an assist. And she'll hit the first free throw. 49-38, 11 points to lead. Lee, Grandview, Missouri from Moberly Area Community College. Will miss the second. Alatini on the rebound for Ottawa. Gives it off to Hendricks. Hendricks finds more. Left wing side three-pointer. No. That rebound, that will roll out. The rebound picked up by Adams. She'll give it off to Roman. Charging like a centurion. Will send the pass to the left side. Now Adams with it on the far wing. Stevens for three. Wallace on the board. Wants to take it in herself. Will go against Henry. Her shot is too hard. Brown on the rebound. Will feed it quickly to Moore. Moore can't find the handle. Finally does. Puts up the shot. She's fouled. I believe that's on Wallace, and if it is, it's number 3. And it is. That is on Wallace. It's her third. Moore will go to the line. She'll shoot 2. Checking in is Hill for Kansas Wesleyan. Maria Moore for Ottawa, 5'10" junior guard from North Dakota. First free throw, swish. 49-39, Coyotes in front by 10. Moore with 3 on the afternoon, make it 4. And a timeout called for by Ottawa as she hits the free throw. It'll be a full timeout, 3:22 to play, third quarter. 49-40, Kansas Wesleyan in front of Ottawa. We'll take a 60-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. Chris, it's all right, man. It's all right.
It's going to be
Ottawa shooting 28% in this third quarter. That's not going to do it against the team with the caliber of Kansas Wesleyan, who's shooting 38% here in the third quarter.
A big defensive drive here for Ottawa University, as kind of see how they deal with things coming out of the timeout.
Stevens with it for Kansas Wesleyan, 20 on the shot clock. They'll feed it into Hill. Hill lost the handle and will travel as she gathered the ball.
Right there, just good defense there by Caitlin Alatini. Really getting physical with her man, and
Braves will inbound. Down by 9. It's Hendricks with it near side. Alatini, top of the arc, 3 ball, no. Rebound, loose, goes out of play, goes off of Kansas Wesleyan. It'll stay with Ottawa with 20 on the shot clock. So it'll be Hendricks who will inbound for Ottawa. Finds Brown. Brown from the left side of the glass is hacked. She'll go to the line for 2. So Nicole Brown with a chance to extend her points. First trip to the line tonight, which for someone playing down low and in an aggressive spot, as her first free throw will fall off the rim. It's kind of a shock that we're this far into the game and she has not shot a free throw until now.
Yeah, that's a good point you make there, Bob. Nicole Brown usually averages quite a few trips per game. Unfortunately, she misses both right here, but would expect to see her come to the line a few more times before this one's over.
Lead stays 49-40. Coyotes, 2:45 to go in the quarter. Roman dribbling over to the far side. She's Roman ready to drive. Puts up the jumper, the right side of the blocks from about 12. It won't fall. Here comes Ottawa. Roman with the block. Ball is loose. Goes out of play off of Hendricks. And a turnover there by Ottawa. That will be number 8. So Adams will inbound. Ricks. Stevens back to Ricks on the left side. Top of the arc, Stevens trying to find a wide open spot down low as they'll get it to Adams. Roman for 3, right wing. No. Nicole Brown gets the rebound for Ottawa, and she'll hand it off to Hendricks.
And I think it's good for Ottawa right now that Roman's finally cooling down, missing the last couple shots.
Jayla Johnson trips. She's able to get it to Alatini, who is just swarmed by Coyotes, and the Braves turn it over. Roman up the court. Dribbles, drives. The shot is up, will not fall. Braves will send it quickly up to Hendricks, who will lay it up and in. 49-42. 92 seconds to play in the quarter.
And what an element Hendricks brings to the fast break part of the game.
3 ball, left side, short by Stevens. Roman gets the long board, gives it off to Hill, lays it up and in from the right side of the bucket. 51-42 Coyotes, 69 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hendricks, near side. Will dribble to the center circle. She'll dribble to the left side, finds Nicole Brown in the lane. She'll put up the shot, it'll be short. Rebound, loose, controlled by Stevens. She'll give it off to Roman. Right now the Braves struggling from the field in this quarter, just 3 of 9 from the floor. 35 seconds to play in the third, 51-42 Kansas Wesleyan. Roman, 8 on the shot clock, steps back, fires a 3, top of the arc. It'll go off the rim on the right side. Hendricks with the board, feeds it quickly to Johnson. Johnson finds Brown into the lane. She's fouled by Hill, and she's going to go to the line for 2. Hill will pick up her first. Braves tonight 10 of 15 from the free throw line. Nicole Brown's last trip, she came empty-handed from the charity stripe. We'll see if she gets on the board with this one. Nicole Brown, the 6'3 senior, will miss this free throw off the back iron. Madison, South Dakota native, played some ball at Adams State University before coming to Ottawa. Second free throw, is it good? 51-43, the lead is 8. Henry and Bianco and Cierra Brown will come in for Ottawa. 14.7 to play on the clock in the third quarter. The Braves will pick up pressure. Roman, Ricks, near side, Ricks dribbles, top of the arc, lost it, stolen. Bianco will get it to Hendricks at the buzzer. No. So 3/4 down at Wilson Fieldhouse. It's an 8-point lead for Kansas Wesleyan, 51-43. We'll take a 60-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. Between Ottawa University and Kansas Wesleyan and women's basketball action. Men will follow at around 7 o'clock. We'll have that one for you also on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, OttawaBraves.com. Want to say thanks to All Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning for helping to sponsor the live stream at KOFO.com. So thanks to them for throwing that stream out there so people around the world, and I'm looking at you, Guam, can hear this one this afternoon. Haley Henry will get the inbounds. Hendricks back to Henry. Over to Moore, left wing side. Moore thought about a three, decided not to. Back out to Hendricks, 20 on the shot clock. 51-43, lead is 8 for Kansas Wesleyan. Hendricks will feed it inside. Nicole Brown, jumper, yes.
And a good start there from Ottawa University coming out of the quarter. This has been their best defensive quarter, but they're going to have to be getting points on the board if they want to come back and win it.
51-45, 11 for Brown. Coyotes working the ball flawlessly. Wallace with it, right side of the blocks. Dribbles into the lane, turnaround, hook shot, yes. Wallace has 14. 53-45, Hendricks for Ottawa. Henry, Moore, inside to Brown. Back out to Henry. Back to Moore, who will dribble into the lane. She'll put up the shot. Count the basket! As she let it run off the fingertips and so gently through the hoop.
And right there, the full extension of the arm going into that layup. Looks so graceful. Maria Moore able to make a really much-needed play for this Ottawa team.
7 points for her. She's going to the free throw line. 53-46. Lead is 6. 53-47. The lead is 6. Moore trying to complete the three-point play, and she misses it. We have a violation on the free throw. Was not able to see who it was. Maybe
Well, there was some sort of feud with Cierra Brown and Hill on the far side. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there, but Cierra Brown a little bit flustered by something Hill was doing.
We'll shoot the free throw. Now the officials are going to talk about this.
Maybe a chance that they might come and take a look.
Foot is not happening. We will get a replay here. We'll see, Chris, to see if you can listen in and see what they're talking about. So trying to figure out what's going on here, but as they're going to come to the replay, the officials are trying to listen in to see what it is. Everyone's going to go to the benches.
I don't believe this is a reviewable play. I mean, they have the rules right here, but it's not listed on here. These are the same rules right there. It's not a reviewable play. I mean, that's what we go by.
And assistant coach Hunter Bondurant letting the referees know that this is not a reviewable play. According to the KCAC's women's basketball rules, that this isn't reviewable, but yet they're going to review it anyway.
And looking at the replay, it was Brown was moving a little bit, lost her balance, and then as the free throw went up, it was bumped into. So not sure what the call is going to be here. No. As the officials are still talking about it.
And assistant coach Hunter Bondurant continues to express his frustration as he says it is not a reviewable play, but it looks like it won't matter for Ottawa University as Maria Moore back out there to take the free throw.
Yeah, really not sure what the review was for anyway. Nothing looked out of line. But Moore will hit the free throw.
And I guess ball don't lie.
Yeah. 53-48. We're under 9 to play. Coyotes beat the pressure from Ottawa University. Hill with it on the deep right wing. Finds Wallace. Wallace lost it. Was able to pick up the handle. And she's going to get fouled by Cierra Brown in that deep corner. So that'll be the first on Ottawa in the final quarter. That will be number 4, I believe, on Brown. So Cierra Brown in deep foul trouble now, Chris. It is not a shooting foul.
3 Braves out there right now with 3 fouls.
Braves will steal the pass as it was telegraphed. Hendricks was able to take it. Maria Moore left wing. We'll send it back out to Hendricks. Moore now with it. Free throw line, sends it left wing, and the pass goes through Hendricks' hands and out of play.
And there Maria Moore just looks like she's trying to do a little bit too much. Got a little bit too ambitious with some of the handles and the pass.
It'll be Ricks for the Coyotes over to the far side. Top of the arc is Hill. Now left side it'll go. Deep left wing. They'll feed it inside to Wallace, who's double teamed. Jumper from the left side of the blocks. No. Nicole Brown on the board. Cierra Brown is going to travel. That'll be the 10th turnover on Ottawa. Bianca will check in for more. Braves continue with the defensive pressure here, Chris. Ricks to Bowman. As Bowman will cross the 10-second stripe near side. We'll send it to Foot. Foot tried to feed it in to Hill, taken away by Alatini. Braves up the court, Hendricks. will dribble, drive into the lane, shot is up, no. Nicole Brown gets the rebound, fights through 3 players, and I believe that may be on Wallace, and that might be her 4th.
And that will be her, they're going to give it to Hill.
Wow. Well, the officials showed here, it looked like.
Oh, they did. They corrected it. So it is on Wallace. So that will be her 4th foul. So she'll go to take a seat, too.
And Nicole Brown going to the line. She has a double-double again. So far, 13 points, 12 boards on the evening. And the first free throw rattles out.
And she has struggled from the free throw line today. She was 1 for 4, now 1 for 5.
Vital free throws here. She'll hit the second. 53-49, the lead is 4, 7:30 to go. Plenty of time for Ottawa. As the Coyotes up the court quickly. Ricks will feed it top of the arc to Bowman. Now near side Stevens. Stevens deep on the wing, sends a pass to Lee. Lee back out top of the arc. Back out to Lee left side. 10 on the shot clock. Ricks with the top of the arc. 7 on the clock. Out left wing side. Here comes Bowman. Jumper, no. From just inside the paint. Rebound, Cierra Brown for Ottawa, under 7 to play.
That right there may have been one of the best defense I've seen Ottawa play all night, making Kansas Wesleyan use all of the shot clock, and they were not able to find a quality shot.
Alatini, Cierra Brown left side, 3-ball, splash! Brings the Braves within 1, 53-52, 6:55 to play. Huge three-pointer there by Cierra Brown. Ricks near side. Crosses on the dribble. Left side of the blocks. Sends the pass out. Stevens, three-pointer, right side. Now!
What a response.
52. Go ahead, Chris.
What a response there by Kansas Wesleyan. Right when they needed a 3, as Ottawa really threatened to be right in it. Obviously, they still are, but suddenly the game.
We'll take the timeout with them. Minute break, 56-52. Coyotes in front of the Braves. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. In front of Ottawa University. It'll be Braves ball coming out of the timeout. Big three-pointer hit by the Coyotes before the timeout. Extended the lead back to 4. 6:13 to play. Cierra Brown will let fly for 3. Left side. Splash! And we're back to a 1-point lead for Kansas Wesleyan.
And Cierra Brown does it again. 2 back-to-back key three-pointers by Cierra Brown.
It is Lee. Stevens for 3. No. Rebound, Alatini. And crashing into her was Lee. But the ball goes out of play off of the Coyotes. It'll be Braves ball, 5:51 to go. Cierra Brown now with 15 points on the evening. Inbound will go to Nicole Brown. She'll get it off to Guzman. Guzman with Ricks all over her like a pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat. We'll send it over to Alatini, top of the arc. They'll feed it inside, looking for Nicole Brown. Goes out of play for the Coyotes.
And Hill there, if she doesn't tip that, that's going to be a free bucket there for Nicole Brown. So very pivotal play by Hill.
So the Braves will inbound. It's Nicole Brown. Turn around, puts up the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound controlled by Stevens. She'll give it off to Ricks. Ricks over to the far side, Lee. Now over to the left wing, Stevens, 19 on the shot clock. Cierra Brown picking up defensive pressure. Now a pass sent deep left wing. Over to the right wing, it'll go. Jumper just inside the arc. Count it for Lee from the right side. 58-55 Coyotes. 5:03 to play. Coyotes picking up their defensive pressure. Cierra Brown, Alatini, Bianco near side. Cierra Brown with it, dribbles into the lane, kicks it out. Alatini wide open, three-pointer, no! Rebound, Nicole Brown, she's fouled. And she'll go to the line.
And that will end up being Hill's third, I believe.
And you are correct, sir. Roman will come back in. There's a player that the Braves will want to keep an eye on. Roman with 5 points, but very effective out running the offense and making plays happen for Kansas Wesleyan when she's been on the court.
She has been one of the kind of the energizer bunny for Kansas Wesleyan this game. Got really hot in the third quarter before she started cooling down, but Ottawa University's got to figure out they cannot allow her to be able to be open from behind the three-point arc. Somebody's got to be marking her.
Brown hits the first free throw, 58-56. Brown will hit the second, 58-57, and that's what Brown can do for you. 2 big free throws for Ottawa.
And right now, I mean, Nicole Brown has been struggling from the three-point line, or from the free throw line so far, but then right there makes both of them right when they count the most.
4.5 to play. Roman for the Coyotes with it. Right wing. We'll hand it off to Ricks, who dribbles top of the arc, 10 on the shot clock. Ricks, right side of the blocks, gets it in off the glass. 3 points, the lead for the Coyotes, 60-57. Maria Moore near side, top of the arc. Guzman, she'll feed it underneath to Nicole Brown, who is fouled. Stevens will pick up the hack on that one, her second. That'll be number 4 on the Coyotes.
And you know, Bob, it's kind of interesting is when Nicole Brown went to the free throw line for the first time midway through the third quarter, you mentioned that it's a little surprising that Nicole Brown hasn't gone, and ever since then, man, this might be her 5th trip, I believe.
She will hit the first free throw. She is now 5 of 9. 17 points for her. 60-58 the score. Coyotes by 2. Second by Brown. Yes. 1 point lead for Kansas Wesleyan. 4:05 to play. Stevens will inbound. Nicole Brown with 18. She leads all scorers this evening. Ricks finds Roman far side. Roman across the time stripe. Finds Stevens deeper on that far wing. Roman wants to take it in. Spin move. At the free throw line. Bounce pass to Wallace. Wallace out to Stevens. Stevens gets rid of it to Wallace. 7 on the shot clock. Wallace for 3. Right wing. That misses. Guzman up the court for Ottawa. 3:35 to play. Guzman finds Cierra Brown deep left wing. Braves slow it down a bit. Maria Moore near side back to Brown, just left side of the center circle. Brown dribbles into the lane. Shot is up. Will not fall. It'll be Nicole Brown going over the back of Wallace and picking up the foul. That'll be her 4th. So the question is going to be which big is going to get foul out first. Will it be Wallace? Will it be Nicole Brown? Will it be neither of them? 3:18 to go. Coyotes with a 1-point lead, 60-59. What a fantastic game we've had here to open up this doubleheader this afternoon and evening. The men's game will follow at about 7 o'clock. We'll have that one for you on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. Coach Tarnisha Scott directing traffic. She's right in front of us. The Braves going to pick up the defensive pressure here. Ricks for Kansas Wesleyan. Double team, looks for Roman, finds her. He finds Stevens on the far wing. Inside Wallace. Wallace with a shoulder and Alatini, no whistle either way. Ricks for three, left side, splash! 63-59, Kansas Wesleyan, 2:55 to play, and a full timeout called. We'll take it with them. Coyotes in front by 4. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com and OttawaBraves.com. 1 minute. Fight inside Wilson Fieldhouse. Well, not literally, but basketball figuratively with 2:55 left to play, Chris. Lead has bounced between 1 and 4 points over the last few minutes, but both teams really giving it their all here this evening.
And look for the Braves to see if they can find Alatini or Cierra Brown open for three coming out on this possession.
Cierra Brown with the ball, gets it to Guzman. 2:50 to go. Guzman near side. That is Johnson. Finds Cierra Brown wide open. 3 near side, no. Board is Jayla Johnson. Tie up. Possession arrow in favor of Kansas Wesleyan.
Well, I think that was the shot that you wanted if you're Ottawa. Just unfortunately, Brown not able to get it.
Stevens with great job diving in there for Kansas Wesleyan to tie up and get possession for the Coyotes with 2:36 to go. Big defensive stop here needed for Ottawa. Ricks will send it over to the far side, and Roman finds Stevens deep right wing. Inside it goes to Wallace, right elbow, top of the arc. That'll find Bowman. Bowman dribbles right side, needs some help. Now gets it out to Stevens near the arrowhead. 10 on the shot clock. Bowman right wing. Wallace right side of the block. Spin move. Yes! And it's 65-59, 2:05 to go. Braves will need a bucket here. Timeout called for by Ottawa University. It'll be a 30-second break. We'll keep it right here. So Braves in this fourth quarter hitting 44%. Only problem is, Chris, they've allowed Kansas Wesleyan to hit 60% of their shots here in the final frame. 6 of 10 so far.
And, credit to Kansas Wesleyan. They've been up for the task. Ottawa has looked really good in this fourth quarter. Stormed back for a second. Looked like they were going to take the lead, but Kansas Wesleyan has been up for the task, and they're making clutch shots when they matter most. Now the question is, how is Ottawa going to respond right out of this timeout? They've got to find a three-pointer. I really don't see them trying to just settle with a 2, as it would still be a 2-possession game. But Ottawa, if they can hit a 3, they're right where they want to be.
Coyotes are on a 5-1 run in the last minute, 49. As Guzman will inbound right in front of us. Alatini will get the inbounds and give it right back to Guzman. Guzman directing traffic, dribbles now to the near side. Alatini. Bounce pass to Cierra Brown. She is marked by several Coyotes. Gets through the defense and lays it up and in. 65-61, a minute 40 to go.
And suddenly the nails start getting bit off as this game is going to come down to the wire.
Roman is hurt. She pulled up with possibly maybe an ankle over to the far side. The pass goes to Ricks, and a timeout called for by Kansas Wesleyan. Roman may have rolled her ankle a little bit as she went across the time stripe, as they'll do a substitution for her. Minute 27 to go. It'll be Stevens to inbound, far baseline. Coach Scott wanting an explanation from the officials. And not impressed with the answer. Back to action. Stevens will get the inbounds back. She'll give it off to Hill. Hill will hand it off to Ricks. 8 on the shot clock. Top of the arc is Hill. Dribbles, drives, right side of the glass. Can't get it to fall. 90 seconds left to play. Or 70 seconds left to play. My glasses need to be adjusted. 65-61, Braves need a bucket here. Need to hurry. 15 on the shot clock. Near side, Cierra Brown, three-pointer, bang! 65-64, 1 point lead. Coyotes, 50 seconds to play.
And man, do we have a ball game right here.
Ricks dribbles far side, will give it off. Now Stevens, top of the arc, wide open. 3, no. Rebound, loose. Wallace with it, needs some help. Feeds it to Ricks, far side, who dribbles, drives, lays it up, in. She's fouled, count the basket, and that will be the 5th foul on Nicole Brown.
So that limits a lot of options for Ottawa University, as not only is the bucket give it the 3-point lead, if they can make a basket or the free throw right here, that's a 2-possession ball game, and 29 seconds, that's going to make it really tough for Ottawa. But Haley Henry, she's done a great job when she's been up for the task, even with Wallace in. I imagine that she'll check in here.
67-64. Lead is 3. 3-point play coming up for Ricks. Ricks is 17 points on the night, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals.
And right,
she has played fantastic for the Coyotes here this evening.
Something to mention right here is instead of Haley Henry checking in, they're going to put in Maria Moore, and I imagine that is because of the 3-point ability that she possesses. Right now they've got Cierra Brown, Alatini, and Maria Moore, all very confident from behind the 3-point arc. It's going to be interesting.
Braves faithful trying to make noise, but it won't matter. Ricks hits the free throw, 68-64, and a timeout called for by Ottawa. 29.2 left to go. We will take it with them. 68-64, Kansas Wesleyan in front of Ottawa. And you're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. Minute. .2 left to go. Coyotes with a 4-point lead, 68-64. It has been a battle back and forth between these two sides here this evening. And Chris, Ottawa needs to work quickly. 29.2 on the clock. There will not be a shot clock. They're going to have to get success and then either make a stop or foul pretty quickly. And I would say you're going to have to foul because there's no time on that shot clock.
Here's what I think you do if you're Ottawa University. You obviously got to pull the trigger pretty quick. If you make the shot, good on you. But if you don't, then that's going to be a different conversation. But I think that after that, the question is, will Ottawa try to set up a trap and get a quick turnover and then potentially tie the game up right there, or are they going to draw the foul, or are they going to? And I think that that's going to be all of a time commitment. Thing is Kansas Wesleyan does have a timeout.
Brown inbounds it, will get it back, and she's going to get fouled. I think Ottawa got lucky on that one because that looked more like she lost it. Yeah, but Ottawa's going to get bailed out there as Rick's going to get called for her second. That's going to send Brown to the line. So 24.9 left to go. 2 big free throws for Cierra Brown coming up.
If Ottawa wanted to get tricky, this side, I'm not suggest this. They could try to make the first free throw and then bank the second one just right off the rim and try to get the rebound, but not usually a very effective method, but we'll see.
Brown will hit the first, 68-65.
And I think right here, if Ottawa, if they make or miss, I think that they should just set a trap. 24 seconds is plenty of time to work with.
Timeout called for by Kansas Wesleyan. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 24.9 left to play, 68-66. Ottawa is down by 2. Let's get you caught up real quick on some scores. It is 62-47, St. Mary over Friends. That's in the fourth quarter. Sterling has defeated Bethel 81-70. And it is 57-50, Tabor in front of Bethany. It was Sterling over Bethel, 81-70. And 57-50, Tabor in front of Bethany. So that's the scores that we have right now. Men's action coming up here. It'll be about 20 minutes after this one's over. And we'll have it for you. Hopefully this men's contest will be just as exciting as what this one has been. But now the Braves have to have their plan in place and know what they're going to do here. You either have to force a quick turnover or foul.
Defensive possession of a lifetime here.
Inbound will go to Stevens. Rick will be fouled by Cierra Brown with 20 seconds left to go. That'll be the fourth foul on the team. That will be Cierra Brown's fourth foul.
Right there, Ottawa, I think they got a favorable situation with the trap that they set. But unfortunately for the Braves, the Coyotes were able to get out of it.
So Haley Henry will check in for Maria Moore. Braves will guard Coyotes on the inbound in front of their bench. Inbounds will go to Bowman. She'll be fouled immediately. That'll be the fifth foul on Ottawa. So Bowman will go to the line, and she'll shoot a pair. 0 of 2 tonight from the free throw line for Bowman.
And Bowman, a good shooter for Kansas Wesleyan. But, yeah, as you mentioned, 0 for 2. Wouldn't that be nice if she was able to do that right now? And we're now Maria Moore checking back in for Haley Henry. Likely Ottawa will have to try to pull up for a 3 unless Bowman can miss both.
If she misses both, I would expect I expect a timeout either way.
That's
she
huge.
Misses first. I would imagine a timeout if she hits this one, maybe a timeout either way to draw up one final play. 19.2 left to go. Third free throw for Bowman is up. She missed them both. Alatini, Brown, up the court. Brown will dribble, drive, take it in. Has her shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Stevens. Brown will go to the line with 12.8 to tie this game with 2 free throws.
And Cierra Brown, some of the biggest free throws she will ever shoot. And if you're just joining us, don't turn the knob. You're listening to Bob in one of the best games that you'll listen to this year for women's basketball.
Nice work there. Nice work. That communications degree is going to work well for you, sir.
I hope so. We'll have to see. But here we go. Cierra Brown hits the first free throw.
Makes it 68-67 Coyotes. 12.8 to go. So Brown, second free throw coming up to tie.
If the Braves make this, you can't celebrate as there is plenty of time left for the Coyotes to go and get a score.
She'll hit it. We're tied at 68. 12.8 to go. 30-second timeout called for by Kansas Wesleyan. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com. Yeah. Back and forth battle between the Braves and the Coyotes here at Wilson Fieldhouse. 12.8 left to go. Bob Johnson, Chris Hansen with you. Coyotes will have the ball in the final 12.8 to try to win this one. Braves are going to do their best to either force a turnover to try to win it or at least stymie them to go to overtime.
And this is the thing, if Kansas Wesleyan were to make a bucket, Braves don't have a timeout to try to drop any play with any sort of seconds left.
Stevens, Ricks, 9 on the clock. Dribbles, drives, right side, and the foul is going to be called. You cannot foul in that situation, and that's going to be on Alatini, who picks up her fourth. And now you're going to send Ricks to the line to shoot 2 free throws and give the lead to the Coyotes. Ricks with a great game, 18 points, 9 boards, an assist, 2 steals. 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
And this was about best case scenario if you're Kansas Wesleyan, but there will be plenty of time. 5 seconds is a lot of time to get one last shot, but it's going to be hard to set up one that's quality.
So Ricks' first free throw. She hits it. The 5'4 junior from Shawnee Mission, Kansas makes it 69-68. Coyotes in front by 1. She'll make the second. Lead us to 70-68. And now we have Maria Moore checking in for Ottawa. She'll check in for Henry. And so the Braves, no time to waste. Moore will get it. Hendricks near side, 3 on the clock. And she'll let fly at the buzzer. No! Off the glass, off the rim. And the Coyotes will pick up the win, 70-68. But it was not without a big struggle, as it'll be the Coyotes picking up a big victory here on enemy territory. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Tarnisha Scott. Coyotes win 70-68. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is just crazy.
Here we are back at the Wilson Fieldhouse. Chris on the call here, along with head coach Tarnisha Scott. And one of the most frustrating games, I think, as a Brave, Bob and I were talking on the stream. It felt like it almost feels better to get blown out than coming in a game where it's just so close And it felt like Ottawa was right there. You guys had a chance to win it, and unfortunately, Kansas Wesleyan able to pull through with the win. Breaking the win streak, Coach, walk me through some of the emotions.
I mean, it's just tough. You know, your kids play hard. It's a passionate sport, very intense. I mean, we're competing at a high level. I mean, my heart just breaks for our players right now. I thought that they laid it out on the line, and we played really hard. I mean, we were in a situation there. We got a shot off. It's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but, I mean, I hope that we just use this as some fuel and momentum moving on, you know. We got still a couple games left to play in conference. So we just, you know, we got to be tough enough to take this one in stride, you know, and keep moving and build on it, but tough, very tough, man.
And, you know, one thing I wanted to ask you is just how situational there was such good situational basketball from your team. The free throw making at the very end with Cierra Brown and also Nicole Brown.
Yeah.
They were perfect right in that last part where every single one counted and kept you guys right in the game. How awesome was that to watch?
I mean, it was awesome. You know, I think that we have some tough kids. You know, we talk about these things. We put them in different situations in practice so they could to try to, you know, simulate this moment. But, I mean, we got kids that want to win, you know, and when you want to win and you got to make free throws to do it, I think that's just what it came down to.
So a loss here against the Coyotes, and then it will bring up York University, where you guys traveled a really long road trip. I think that's almost about 5.5 hours.
Yeah, it got rescheduled, so we leave actually tomorrow to go to Nebraska.
Okay, so that will be definitely one of those ones that it's hard to prepare for, because I think that trip really can take away a lot of focus. What is one way that you guys are going to prepare for that game?
I mean, well, first, I mean, we just got to be tough. We got to be tough enough to bounce back. I mean, we only got one day off before we play again. You know what I mean? So we still got to tighten up some things. I don't like the 70-point game that we gave up, but we'll tighten up some things on defense. But also, I mean, I think we got to make some more open shots. We're 5 from 20 from the three-point line in our own gym, so that's never good.
Coach, thank you so much. Sorry for the loss. It was a frustrating one for me as well.
Yeah.
But good luck against York, and good luck the rest of the season.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if I'm the women's team, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little upset. But this is something you can build on for the rest of the season to know that you could hang. I mean, you were right there. It came down to a foul call that gave away the victory. And that so to be that close, play much better than you did in December against the same team, there's a lot to take out that's positive. Braves were led in scoring by Cierra Brown with 24, 18 for Nicole Brown for Kansas Wesleyan. Led in scoring by Ricks with 20, 16 for Wallace. And the final score, 70-68, Kansas Wesleyan defeats Ottawa University. Men's game is coming up here in about just under 16 minutes. We're going to take and we're going to be back with you in about 8 minutes for pregame for the men's contest. And so that'll wrap it up for this one. We'll be back with you soon as in about 8 minutes as we get ready for the men's competition. You're listening to Braves basketball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, and OttawaBraves.com.